Cage 56 on Saturday at the 10th of December. Alexander the Good Guy Lindgren from Sweden is regarded as one of the most promising prospects out of North Europe. He possesses lethal striking skills and an arsenal of slick chokes. His stoppage rate is 100.
Som en fighter så skulle jag beskriva mig själv som underhållande, allround och sugen på att avsluta.
Quentin hybrid Viking DeVreught, a Dutchman fighting out of Norway, is a striker with various TKO victories on his record and a stoppage rate of 67%.
Jeg tror han kanskje ganske lik som meg, allround type, mye erfaring. Så jeg tror det blir litt som å møte en litt dårligere versjon av meg selv.
Jag anser mig nog vara bättre på alla distanser än min motståndare och både inom boxningen, brottningen och markgamet.
Det jeg liker med fighting at det veldig ekte. Her kommer sannheten fram.
Will the good guy be able to regroup after a recent TKO loss and get back on his winning ways? Or will the hybrid Viking score the biggest victory of his career? Ladies and gentlemen, we give you Alexander Lindgren versus Quentin DeVreught.
To the blue corner, Quentin DeVreught.
All right, well, I'm sure DeVreught has some national pride, and coming out to the Pride theme song, those of you who don't know Pride are simply too young in the MMA game. So here we have Quentin Hybrid Viking DeVreught. If you're wondering where Hybrid Viking comes from and why DeVreught doesn't sound particularly Norwegian, it's because DeVreught has Dutch ancestry, is now based in Norway. So there you have it, Hybrid Viking. Made his pro debut in February of 2021 with a triangle victory over Jack Nicklaus. Is now coming off with a second round TKO victory over Matthew Holland. And I mean, DeVreught, his losses are to some really tough guys like Tayo Ojuno, we saw recently in PFL, and Jero Shepard. So he is a promising prospect coming out of Norway, and he has a documentary crew following him, producing some very nice videos, days in the life of Nordic fighters. And he's actually said that he's had his eyes on Lindgren. He said that, quote, "Us meeting was unavoidable." So I'm sure, I mean, we're happy that it's happening here in Helsinki, here in Cage, and this should be a very fun fight.
To the red corner, otteluilla lääkäripalvelut tarjoaa Lääkärikeskus Phoenix. Urheilu- ja kamppailuvammojen parhaat asiantuntijat. Lääkärinä tänään Carl Lübeck sekä Niko Antalainen. In the blue corner, fighter with a professional record of 6 wins and 3 losses, weighing 77.3 kilos from Norway, Quentin, Hybrid Viking DeVreught! In the red corner, a fighter with a professional record of 3 wins and 2 losses, weighing 77.6 kilos from Sweden, Alexander Good Guy Lindgren!
All right, introductions are done, and I mean, as you said, Alexi, these guys are almost mirror images of each other. Very similar, both in terms of skills, in terms of stats. As you mentioned, DeVreught a little bit older, a little bit more experienced on the pro scene, but you know, otherwise they both have a lot of amateur experience, both pretty well-rounded, and you know, pretty good guys inside and outside the cage.
Yeah, I think stylistically, Lindgren is a little bit more cleaner as a fighter. He has a bit more like crisper technique, but what DeVreught has going for him is a bit unorthodox and awkward, which makes him sometimes really hard to read when it comes especially to his striking.
Clinch position up here against the cage. Looks like DeVreught was trying to get a bit of a really explosive start there. Perhaps taking a few lessons out of O'Mail Brown's book, who was the last person to defeat Lindgren.
Oh, wow,
nice.
Beautiful hip toss by DeVreught. Lindgren is right away back, pushing for the single and standing back up with double underhooks.
Solid knee to the midsection there from Lindgren as well. Lindgren also a former representative of the Swedish national team in amateur MMA. Competing in the 2019 European Championships, 2018 World Championships, and 2019 European Championships. He's also a finalist in the Swedish National Championships, year 2019. Oh, that went high with that knee.
DeVreught is starting with a really, really high pace. I wonder if he's trying to make Lindgren tire a little bit in the first round, but looking at Lindgren's performance in at Cage in April against a very, very good wrestler, Konstantin Musaryov, Lindgren really showed that it's hard to tire him out with wrestling and grappling.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's got great conditioning.
Yeah,
for sure.
he can put on a frantic pace himself.
And you know, perhaps DeVreught thinking that both of Lindgren's pro losses have been by an early stoppage, so maybe he's trying to, you know, capitalize on that. Just overwhelm him with intensity. He's eating a couple knees to the midsection here, and those aren't, you know, necessarily fight-ending knees per se, but they do add up. They are money in the bank. It's a good investment for those later rounds, if indeed the fight goes there.
Yeah, and if you want to score an early finish and like overwhelm your opponent, you should do it with striking or takedown attempts, not just push to the clinch against the cage.
Yeah. Solid leg kick there from DeVreught. Like many martial artists, DeVreught a fan of Rocky. Actually went to Philadelphia in July this year, climbed the Rocky steps, and proposed to his girlfriend. You know, spoiler alert, she said yes. Very experienced in the amateur scene, as I said. He's got some impressive amateur wins over the likes of Stuart Mulpeter, Adi Saljevic, Times2, Eddie Olsson, Vincent Pettersson. And that loss that he's coming from broke a 3-fight win streak, all finishes. First he choked out Denmark's Rick Gangia with a Darce choke. Then TKO'd Mo Ahmadi, and like you mentioned, finished Konstantin Musaryov as well at Cage 54.
Lindgren has very good finishing instincts, especially on the ground. Like he is a good and decent striker, but on the ground, his ground and pound is vicious, and he has a good front headlock game, going for anaconda chokes, Darce chokes.
Oh, he got that takedown pretty easily. And attesting to what you said, Alexi, Lindgren's got a fantastic Darce choke. His first pro win, like I said, over Rick Angia. He went for that Darce choke 3, maybe 4 times because he knew that he was going to get it eventually, and he did.
Looks like there's actually a small chance that DeVreught's plan might backfire a bit. He was pushing a really high pace, but now has a bit of a hard time getting up, and at least to my eye, maybe looks a little bit tired.
I was thinking so too. I thought some of his movements seemed a little bit labored.
And now Lindgren is switching to that front headlock position.
Oh, this is where Lindgren is so dangerous. More of a crank right now from the looks of things, but that can still make you tap. Final 10 seconds. Give DeVreught a knee for his troubles as well. Yeah, DeVreught looks tired. I mean, when he called Alexander Lindgren a lesser version of himself, not quite sure if that assessment was correct.
I agree. I'd have to give even though DeVreught was pushing the pace a bit, especially the first half of the first round, I still have to give the round to Lindgren with that takedown, top control, and he was landing some good knees from the clinch position, both to the body and the head.
Absolutely. Oh, I mean, sure, position is one thing, but there's something to be said for, danger, damage, fight-ending ability. I feel like all those things were definitely in the red corner and Alexander Lindgren's corner. Let's take a look at some of that action. Another solid knee to the midsection, and like we said, those things will tire you out. Even in the first round, if those strikes are hard enough to the body, it just takes so much energy out of you.
Yeah, and as we saw in the previous fight with Elonen-Kulmala, there's a chance you can actually you get hit in the ribs with a knee, you can actually finish the fight.
Absolutely. Even here between rounds, I think Lindgren, he just looks like a fresher fighter. Lead left hook and another. Lindgren definitely a prospect. Oh, that lead left hook is landing for Lindgren. Takedown attempt from DeVreught, but it was a bit labored once again. Nice knee. That was nice. And, statistically, the majority of Lindgren's pro wins have come in the second round. He's taking the back.
I think he might have the hand on the neck. Yeah, that's tight.
That looks very tight.
That is tight.
It's a question of time, I think. And he's got plenty of time. It's perhaps not the most ideal position. He's a little bit more to the side.
Yeah, it is a little bit on the side. But the hand is all the way behind the head. Good defense from DeVreught. At least showing his toughness in that position. But Lindgren still has the back. Now both hooks in and he's in top position. DeVreught is looking to stand up and maybe shrug Lindgren over. But good control. Outbalancing the Norwegian in maintaining position.
That's the thing, like you said earlier, there's like no clear weakness in Lindgren's game. He's good pretty much anywhere, which is why he recognized that DeVreught was trying to change positions and was in danger of being sort of shaken off. And Lindgren is actually the first ever fighter not based in Finland to be signed for a multi-fight deal here at Cage. So clearly somebody that the brass have their eyes on, and we're seeing now why. I mean, this went from being kind of closed to a little bit more in Lindgren's favor to now a complete whitewash.
I'd like to see when Lindgren has the back and he's on top trying to plan out DeVreught. And just extend your hips, push the hooks deep in, and after that you can work the ground and pound. But now he's going for the choke again. Now this looks maybe a bit deeper, but it's still, again, it's on the side.
Yeah, a little bit too much to the side.
Good job by Lindgren turning to the top.
And he's still got half a round to work. He might switch to an armbar, perhaps?
He has the angle for it.
Oh, look,
good job trapping the arm. But again, DeVreught is turning, and now, again, Lindgren should turn to the top position. But now DeVreught has his arm trapped, so this is a prime opportunity for a ground and pound. Oh my God. Oh, that's good call by the referee. Very good call, because that was not going to end well.
Oh, yeah.
The referee did Quentin DeVreught a favor, and welcome back to the win column, Alexander the Good Guy Lindgren. They say nice guys finish last. I'd say they finish in the second round.
Good performance by Alexander Lindgren, and especially good, like, turning the fight around when DeVreught was pushing the pace, and then Lindgren saw the opportunity with the knees, with the takedown, turned things around. Second round started fast, pushing the pace, grounded his opponent, and now finished him.
And look at him, just elated, being congratulated by his team. I mean, obviously that TKO loss took a lot on his morale, but I mean, he looked great tonight. He looked just sensational. This is exactly the Alexander Lindgren we're used to, and he ended this fighting cage kind of like his last fighting cage, elbows from the top. Oh my, I mean, just look at that. That is brutal.
And I have to say, from now on, I bet no opponent will question Alexander Lindgren's cardio.
Yeah.
Or the game plan will not be try to outpace him.
My goodness, that's actually kind of hard to watch from a guy who's so nice outside of the cage. Yikes.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Håkan has got to stop this fight after 3 minutes and 15 seconds of second round. Winner by technical knockout, Alexander Good Guy Lindgren!
What a victory for Alexander Lindgren. That was, in the words of Future, sensational. I mean, he really just managed to win every single position. Pretty much every striking exchange, pretty much every grappling position. So he's just so well-rounded, and he's big for the division too. Long arms, knows how to find his opponents at the end of his strikes. Gotta make sure to rep the sponsors, of course. And once again, re-establishing himself as one of the best welterweight prospects in Northern Europe. Alexander Lindgren, he's back.
Congratulations, that was a victory over a tough and talented fighter in second round after 3 minutes and 15 seconds. How did it feel?
Feels good, but I got a little bit more tired than I thought I would. And he defended those chokes really, really well, so I almost burned my arms out.
Quentin looked to me already a bit tired after the first round. Did you feel fresh after the first one yourself?
Yes, but that's due to, I think I have pretty good recovery, so usually I feel good after the 1 minute of rest.
You almost had him already a few times with the rear naked choke, but then finalized with punches. What was your game plan in the beginning?
The game plan was to go in and mix the takedowns with the striking to make him force him to think a little bit, so I wouldn't be too one-dimensional.
So that worked out brilliantly this time. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Alexander Lindgren.
All right, well, soft-spoken guy, likes his board game, also likes elbowing the heck out of his opponents inside the cage, so you better not get on his bad side. I mean, yeah, what more can we say that we haven't said already about Lindgren? Just such a well-rounded guy, a very exciting prospect, and just 27 years old.
Cage 56 on Saturday at the 10th of December.